You're live.
How you doing, guys? Big Rich here at Ohio Fish Rescue.
Of course, you got Josh over here.
See if you can log on to it.
Stop messing me up.
Okay. We're getting ready to do this live question and answering thing tonight, and it's our first time, so bear with us, people.
It's not our first time.
Well, we did one before, but it was through someone else that had done it before and through their phone. We're trying to log on to it. There we go. Oh, and we're live. Look at that.
Trying to get it up so I can read your guys' comments.
Did you hear that? My son is trying to get it up. He's such a good boy. Oh, I can hear it. Turn the volume down on that thing.
All right. Here we go. So as you guys pour in questions, we'll go ahead and answer them, and we'll try and do our best to answer what you guys have to say or questions you guys might have.
This is your guys' time. Questions and answers. Anything you want to ask, we'll answer. Any of the recent videos, any behind the scenes things, if you want to know about Tracy,
Johnny One Up said, Josh, you're too young to have problems getting it up. Yeah, you are right.
That's awesome.
Eric from Long Island, how you doing? We've got Kyle from the UK. Oh, God, you guys are pouring in the comments.
Nice, Kyle, nice.
Danielle Vinicek popped in. Oh, you guys are going at it.
Hey, we do have a following.
In support of legalizing the Asian arowana. You want to take that question?
Legalize arowanas. Wait, Trace, can you give me the T-shirt over there, please?
Oh, you guys aren't ready for this.
You're not ready. You're not ready. No, right here on this pile. Right here. Turn around.
All right, while he's finding that,
Black
we
T-shirt.
have Carter Poole. He asked, how's the water changing on the fish tanks?
Black T-shirt.
All of our fish tanks, our water changes are done through an auto drip system. So we drip in about 1,000 gallons of water a day right now.
Shh. Our secret is 40 gallons a day.
So we do drip in a lot of water, and we try and do water changes every day so our water stays pristine the whole time.
What's that say? Legalize arowana. This is from our friends at Predatory Fins. They started the movement. We're here to, help the movement out. Wouldn't it be nice if we could legalize arowana? Hell yeah.
Would be. So back to the whole water change system. Yeah, we have 1,000 gallons dripping in, but that is for the whole 87,000 gallon system.
We didn't even know that until today. We just today took our hose because we're going, it's enough. And that's how we've been living forever. Oh, the nitrates are getting too high. We got to turn up the water. After 2 months, the nitrates are too low. We got to turn down the water because the lower the water, the less our bill. So after a few, trials and error, we got it to where I'm like, Josh, this is working out pretty good. Keeping our nitrates about 15 parts per million, which is awesome. Love that. I was like, Josh, let's do this today. He took a gallon jug and I timed it. And we filled that gallon jug up. It took 1 minute and 36 seconds, which came out to...
That's 960 gallons a day, to be exact.
Right.
But some of you guys might you'd think 87,000 gallons, 1,000 a day, that's only about 30,000 gallons a month. That's not enough to do a quarter tank water change if you're doing a water change every 2 weeks.
But here's the difference. We don't feed to try and grow our fish and power feed them to make them bigger. We feed to keep them alive, to keep them happy, and to keep them from not trying to eat each other. We're not a personal aquarist where we're wanting our fish to grow and we power feed them. So what we're doing works for us at this point.
You're leaving the biggest thing out of the equation, though.
What's that?
It's not about how much you're feeding or how much you're water changing. Our key here is plants on our system. We have a lot of plants on our aquarium system. So on our 800-gallon sump, basically, we have
That's
a
where it all
crap
started.
ton of pothos on there.
Did you say a crap ton?
Yes. And then, of course, we have all the pothos and plants growing in the river system, and then different tanks that are actually on our system, they have live plants in.
Listen, we always believed in having pothos growing out of our hang on the back filters when we were back that way with all of our tanks, separated. And once we started this whole big thing, we got a big filter. So I was like, let's put pothos on there and put a grow light on them. And that works so well. Now that Greg Woodstock changed our pond into the predator pond that it is today, I wanted that river in there with, plants and everything else, like a bog filter in the natural. I mean, how many farmers' ponds have you gone to and they said, hang on, we can't fish in there today, I'm doing water changes? You never hear that. Water changes are not done on farm ponds because the plants do the work. They take the ammonia and turn it into nitrite, turn the nitrites into nitrate, and comes back good. They never do water changes, and it's a personal ecosystem is what I'm trying to establish out here. Go ahead, Josh.
All righty. So the next question we got is, how much is the electricity bill?
We weren't going to talk numbers here, people.
All right. So one thing you have to understand with running the rescue, we've been streamlining this whole thing for years and years on end. We do not run heaters in every single tank. So our electricity bill is not exactly what you'd think it might be, because some average guy might be running 10 fish tanks inside his house.
10 300-watt heaters.
Exactly. That's
3,000 watts.
10 pumps, 10 lights, all this. We've streamlined it to where we have, one central heater. It's actually a gas heater.
Yeah.
And it heats up the whole entire room. So it keeps all of
it's always hot out there.
Go ahead and finish up and tell.
Okay, we walk into the room, you open the door, and you're like, it's like being in Florida, and you get all dressed, get out of the shower, you're in your nice dress shirt, you walk outside, and you get hit in the face with this heat and humidity. That's what it's like walking into our fish room. Well, when people come over for tours, we open the other door. We have a big exhaust fan in our pool room to keep the moisture down in there. So when I open up the sliding door to the fish room and open up the outside door, air gets pulled through. I turn the heater off. People come in and they're like, oh, this is so nice in here. Yeah, you should try it when the doors are closed.
So back to that electric bill.
The electric bill. I'm just going to say a total. A total is about $1,600 a month. And that's food, electric, water, gas, sewer. Any bill I'm forgetting? Medication. $1,600 to $2,000 a month is what our bills normally are for.
But that number is only growing because we are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, feeding more mouths, bigger fish. All right.
I hadn't thought about that.
On to the next question. We have Jackson. He asked, what is our favorite fish? So you want to go first and I'll end it off with my favorite fish?
It's the guppy. No, I'm kidding. It is the arapaima. I love my arapaima. We were well known for our big arapaima, Big Bubba, and everyone got scared when he went to eat. He popped the water. It was scary. It was great. And when he had a mysterious death, we were saddened. And finally, we tried like 3 arapaima. Did we try?
Yeah.
And one busted the lid to a 180-gallon tank, and we found them on the floor in the morning. We were so upset about that. Another one, what happened to the other 2? I forget. All I know is we had bad luck raising Pima. And next thing you know, the 6-inch one we bought, it got some sort of fungus on it and was dead the next morning after delivery. We tried, to where I gave up. But then Matt from Matt's Monster Fish donated Brutus to us. And he was, what size when he came in?
He was about 25 inches or so.
Yeah, 25 inches. We put him straight into the pool with the stingrays. And boy, he went to growing. Matt came back after a month and he's like, oh my God, that's not Brutus, is it? I'm like, yeah, that's Brutus. He's like, that's not Brutus. I'm like, that's Brutus. He's eating shrimp, tilapia, any of the worms we put in. Every time it rains, we do this.
No.
Every time it rains, we go out in the backyard, we lift stones, we get big earthworms, and it's free food. Why not? And we go out there and catch them. We bring them in for our stingrays. Well, Brutus started eating them. And Matt came back and was amazed at the size of Brutus after 1 month. Well, now it's been how long?
It's like 3 or so.
3 months? Okay. Brutus is now 44 inches. He's a big boy, about this big around. He's getting up there, and there's nothing he won't eat.
Yes, Danielle Vanacek, we do see you commenting. Hi, hello. We miss you and the kids here at Ohio Fish Rescue.
Is that Will's husband?
All right.
Danielle, we love you. Thank you for letting Will come over and help us all the time.
All right, we've got, will you guys put Schwarzenegger in the pool pond?
No. Now, you guys got to bear with me here to understand this. We had 3 big iridescent sharks in the 4400. Well, Schwarzenegger was actually the biggest. He was the same length as the other 2, but he's a gold, a xanthic, people would call it. But the problem was, I try and keep 1 or 2 of each species on hand to show people how big they can get. And
hey, let's keep the answer short. There's a lot of people.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so the simple is Schwarzenegger was the biggest, fattest, biggest around, and best looking. So we kept him in the 4400 where we can see him, and we took the other 2 and put him in the pool with Rodrigo and all that. Is that fast enough for you?
Doesn't mean you guys talk faster. Just shorten up the answers. All right. So someone else asked. Actually, a couple people asked, "How's Betty doing?" Apparently, you guys aren't following along. We just released a video this morning, and it gives a little update on Betty. She is doing awesome.
Awesome.
She's in the 3,000. Her fins are already starting to heal up. The little sores on her side, they're already 100 times better.
From the scratching laying on her side, yeah.
She's not swimming with the little gangster lean anymore.
She had the tail was down and her head was up. Now she's swimming normal. But tonight, you guys will be glad to know, was her first time eating. About an hour ago, she took her first bite of food since she's been here. I'm so happy. She's doing great.
All right, we got another question. How often do we swim with the fish? Well, first and foremost, got to get in there to clean off all
at least once a week.
Clean off all the lights so the lights don't get covered in algae. But we try and not get in there too much so we don't stress the fish out. But we still get in there enough to clean it. And
the turtle is our biggest problem. He goes in there and he digs out, and all these rocks go down to the ground and leaves a big hole up top, and he gets down into the white gravel and then digs that up, and now I have to go down there with my little snorkel set up and everything and pick up all the white gravel, put it back in there, take the colored gravel and put it back on top and fill the rocks back up level again. So that turtle is a...
All right, James asked, how long have you been working with fish? And that's specifically a question for you.
Since I was 7 years old, and my uncle bought me a 10-gallon tank, or gave me his old one.
50 years.
56. Okay, I'll say my age. 56 years minus 7, so it's been 49 years I've been working with fish.
All right, that fish guy said, I now have 8 tanks from watching you guys. Would love to get cichlids from you at some point. 8 tanks, that's awesome. You know you're going to want a few more. But of course, anytime our cichlids have babies, we do vent them and we give out all of the baby cichlids as well.
What you need to do is get a hold of us through text, email, whatever, it don't matter. Let me know you want on the waiting list for the cichlids. And when you're on that list, I have a list on the side of the tank. When they have babies, we call that person or text that person. If they can't come get them, we text the next person. And if nobody wants to come get them, we'll release them into the pool and they become into the ecosystem in there. And they grow. And there's just thousands of different cichlids in the pool now. It's great.
All right, we got a question. What's the best way to quarantine a fish? Well, it's kind of in the question. Of course, you stick it in a quarantine tank and we put it through 3 different types of medication. First,
well, wait. Let's let them know. We keep sponge filters running constantly for quarantine process and when I go and pick up fish. Because why have an air stone on them when you can take a fully cycled sponge filter and put in the tub with them? Now, if they defecate or pee, the ammonia can be turned into nitrites, nitrites can be turned into nitrates. So it's easier on the fish. Now, we also use these same sponges in the quarantine system. So like when Betty came in, we brought in a 180-gallon tub?
Yeah.
and put 2 sponges in there that were in our quarantine system. We brought them down, had her in a tub by herself because there were a lot of fish in the regular quarantine system that Betty might have eaten. So we put 2 sponge filters in there, and then we run through the medications he's going to tell you.
First, we go through a parasitic medication, which is just basically a broad spectrum, kills all parasites, and then we do a bacterial and, of course, a fungal. But half the time, fungal can be treated with a salt dip or just, putting salt in the water. If you guys want to know,
anchorworm.
That's parasites.
Oh, okay.
If you want to know certain medications that we use, I will do a video on that just for the quarantine process. Another person commented, you guys ever thought about a wireless mic to help with audio? Oh. That is a yes.
And where's it at?
We actually bought wireless mics now. Grab that box right there. They are charging right now, so we couldn't use them just this second, but we bought them. They're here. We will be using wireless mics, so you guys can get better quality videos, better audio for videos.
See this pile of crap? Okay, this is what goes to the phone. Little antenna. Then there's 2 lavalier mics. Let me get this microphone off of there. There we go. One for Josh, one for me, and there we go. This will plug into the phone. So now no longer will I have the phone by my face watching and recording Josh and you hear me breathing or coughing or sniffling. The lavalier mic will get plugged onto my shirt, and same thing with Josh. It'll get onto his shirt. Put it on there.
All right, Nick Lotz, I have one comment to you, and that's dilly. Yes, it is a Bud Light.
dilly.
All right, a lot of questions on quarantine. Josh, do you have any brothers or sisters? I actually have 2 brothers. They're both older. I am the youngest of 3. They're both off doing their own things. One is 30 years old. One is 28. I had to think about that.
We are taking applications to get Josh a sister. Oh, I'm kidding. Where's Tracy at?
All right.
She'll kill me.
Someone's asking what my profession is. I am a structural engineer and a water main design engineer for the city of Cleveland. I work for the water department. All righty.
Tracy! Come here, hon.
All right, so someone asked, I didn't know you did live streams. Is it every Friday? We are going to try and do a live stream every Friday.
Friday or Saturday.
It's not guaranteed, but if we have time, we will try and do it. This is just for you guys, so you guys can
This
get
is our
answers.
first.
Yeah, exactly. Someone asked, how's that arm doing, Big Rich?
Oh, it's doing great. I can handle things. No, I have one problem. Like I can lift tanks now. I'm back to full strength that way. But if I try and lift a gallon jug straight out, it hurts right about there. So to get out to this point, I still have more physical therapy to do. I do this swinging thing in the shower where I get my arm up and then I can go ahead and wash my hair. So I have that one burden left. After I get that fixed, I'm back 24% or 100%.
Hello from the Aquarium Guys podcast. If you guys haven't listened,
hey guys.
We were just on a podcast. What was it, last week sometime?
It was last week.
And that was a long podcast with the Aquarium Guys, and it was a fun time.
The Aquarium Guys podcast. They just did Jim Kitchen, the guy that donated all the stuff to us out there, the 5 190s, all the heaters, the LED lights, all the FX5s. I mean, great podcast. Go listen to their last 2 weeks. Listen to all their weeks. They're good guys.
All right. Is it true the fellow on the right is a full-time Billy Ray Cyrus tribute artist? Don't break my heart.
My achy breaky heart.
Oh God, that was great.
What was that other song he did? Where am I gonna live when I get home?
All right, just for you guys wanting to know, this mullet is all natural.
Just leave it go. Ouch. It's all knotted up. Okay.
All right. Let's see. How do you set up a tour of your facility?
Just get a hold of us. Let me know the dates that you can come out. If it's good with us, we'll go ahead and okay that date, and I'll try and be here and give you a tour. If for some reason I can't be here, at least Josh or Tracy can. We always try and let you meet Big Rich on the tours. So, worst case scenario, you get the tour, but you don't get to meet Big Rich.
Stephen Conroe, thanks for the donation. And yes, we still do need a metal twin 75-gallon stand.
We're willing to buy it. We need a double 75-gallon metal stand. If anybody out there's got one, let us know. We're willing to buy it.
Andy G said, you guys are legends. Now, we aren't legends. We are just a couple of common people.
You're a legend.
We like to think of ourselves as just common guys out here who
We're just a couple of guys with fish tanks.
We love fish. So, we are not legends. You guys are just an extension of us.
You guys are legends for watching us. I can't imagine how painful that is.
Did we ever get bit badly by a fish? Short answer, yes. And the worst one is an alligator gar. Go ahead and tell the story. I know you're dying to.
Can I? Okay. Me and Joshy are carrying in this big, huge, 8-foot long.
Keep it short.
Oh my God, you're killing me.
You got to answer.
It was an 8-foot long filter, and it was full of K1 media. You'd stack it up. You had a pumped up through it. It trickled down through it, and it was a great filter. But we were going to set that up on our pool. I'm carrying my side. It's about 150 pounds. The whole thing was like 300 pounds altogether. Josh is carrying his side. He had the lighter side because all the stuff was on my side. So I get over the pool. I'm in the pool now. I'm walking barefoot. I'm in the pool. He goes one leg over the pool, then the other leg, and then he starts doing this weird thing like this. I'm like, Josh, quit fucking around, boy. He goes, Dad. And I'm like, what? This thing's heavy. Quit messing around. He goes, Dad. I'm like, what? He goes, a fish has got me. And I'm like, man, boy, quit messing around. Seriously. And I'm holding this heavy side of this thing. And finally, you know, I'm yelling at him for just playing around. Finally, I look past the side. I'll be damned if there wasn't a 4-foot alligator gar. Had his foot, his bottom jaw was under and his top jaw was on top and was shaking his foot. And my boy was a beast. He's standing there holding his end, going, Dad, something's got me. I would have screamed like a girl, drop the damn filter. Fish got me like that. I've got pictures of his foot. It's got like 100 needle points all the way around in blood on top and under his foot where this gar had hold of him. I mean, it was crazy. I cannot believe he still held on to that filter. To this day, he is the man because I know I'd have thrown the damn filter.
All right. We got someone asking if they can come watch Jaws in the pool. Yes, it will be an event here shortly.
Once a year event.
When, but it will happen. We will.
We are setting up for it. We're setting up tables. We're setting up chairs. We're moving things. We are planning for that future. It will happen.
All right. Someone asked, will you be doing a music-themed tank? I'm not sure right now.
I don't know about that, but we do have an opening coming up where we're going to replace the music on our opening, which was so generously donated by Ray Saga from Predatory Fins. But we're going to do the same thing with me playing guitar and then pictures of Josh. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell him. I'm sorry. He just kicked me under the table, guys. We're getting a new opening is all I can say at this point because shh, don't tell no one.
All right, so someone's asking Fahaka Puffer in a 150.
That's
Yes,
awesome. As long as you don't put nothing else in with them. They are mean SOBs. You can keep them in a 55 as when they're small, but they'll eat anything they can bite.
So someone asked if I pay $100, would you let me swim in the pool?
Yes,
now,
of course.
We do not charge.
We do not charge.
Donations are accepted. Of course, it'll help out around here, but we do let people swim in the pond under certain circumstances as long as the fish are fed. And, you know...
That's the biggie. If the fish are fed.
Have you ever had a Wells catfish? We have 2 Chinese Wells catfish now.
No,
albinos.
we did have the original Wells, but they became illegal in our state. We had to get rid of it. So, yeah, I wish we still had it.
How long did the silicone stay put in the barb hole? It was only in there for about 3 or 4 days before it actually fell out on
Good
its
question. That was amazing. And it quickly stopped the bleeding and it fell out and it looked like it was already healed underneath of it. Once it fell off, it was closed whole. I mean, it was amazing. I could not believe that that happened like that. That was awesome.
Will we be adding more small fish to the pool pond? We have been adding more small fish. There's a bunch of convicts in there. There's even community rainbow fish swimming at the top of the water column.
And a bunch of cichlids, different cichlids. All the time that we have babies in our cichlid tank, we take the babies and we dip them in the water and let the babies go. And there's all kinds of hiding places. There is, I mean, when you go underwater snorkeling, you see multiple thousands of colors of different cichlids everywhere. It's amazing.
Have we ever collaborated with the king of DIY?
No, I met him twice now. Both times I tried talking to him, he was very standoffish. I tried telling him that, a buddy of mine, Steve Poland, based his internet notoriety on when subbed his channel. And so I was like, well, Steve, I'm going to get King of DIY to sub my channel. And he never did. And when I talked to him, he said, well, I don't watch anybody's channel now. And he walked away from me. And, I'm like, okay, well, he's busy. The next time I tried talking to him, we were at Monster Fish Bash, the same time again. I walked up to him. I'm like, hey, Joey, nice line. You got a good line here going. It was great. And he just kind of like walked away from me, didn't even answer me, and went on to other people. I don't know if he has an attitude against me personally or if he's just really that busy. I'm not going to say anything bad about the man. He's done good things. He's come from all kinds of trouble in his life, and he's made good of his life. So I've got good things to say about him, but he's not the nicest person to talk to, and I've tried, umpteen times now. I just saw him at Aquashella.
All right, next question. What's the best goldfish?
I like Joey. I do like King of DIY. I do like him. He just might be really too busy for me to talk to me. That's all. That's good.
What's the best goldfish food? Our goldfish get fed a variety of foods. We don't have one single food that we feed them.
We do. We don't like flakes because a lot of our goldfish are Shibunkin, Ryukin, Arandas, stuff like that. And we don't like them going to the top and sucking down air with their flake food. So we feed them all sinking pellets. Other than that,
there's not one certain brand.
There's not a brand.
They
no.
were asking for brands because
my bad.
The food makes their water murky. We basically feed whatever is donated to us at the time. So it might be 20 different types of food, but they're all goldfish
as long as they're
pellets.
sinking pellets. Yes.
Now we've got Hee Ho Hee Hee, and it's from UK.
Nice name.
We love you too, buddy. Thanks for the donation. It's muchly appreciated.
What else you got here?
Someone said, what the hell? Why didn't I get a notice you guys had a live stream plan? I'm outraged. Well, we just said something about 20 minutes before
I did send a notification 20 minutes ago that we're going live in 20 minutes. I don't know why you didn't get it, buddy. Hit our notification bell. There you go. You got to be hardcore. Hit our notification bell and it'll notify you.
Can we do video of the medicines? Yes, I will. I'll do that just for you guys.
That's a good video, yeah.
All right. Can I be Josh's sister from another mister?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Who was that from?
That was Adele Parkinson.
Love you, Adele. That was funny. What you got here?
What was the name of your band?
There was many different bands. I was in Third Degree for 18 years. And that was our first album was Third Degree Burnt Beyond Recognition. Thought it was awesome. But that was back in the cassette days. Okay, we were playing a lot of bars and this and that. I left them for a band called Ultraviolence. Most just awesome band ever. Everybody in the band had more talent than me. The hairs on the back of my neck rose when they started playing. I was like, wow, just happy to be there. And the drummer died and that band broke up. But before that, there was Dirty Tricks, Running Wild, Can you remember any others?
Third degree is all the ones that I remember.
Okay. He used to run around on his little tricycle up on stage while we're setting up for the band nights. I'd play out 3-4 nights a week for years.
Alrighty. I'm not going to read all the bad comments because you guys
There's
don't
bad comments? Bad. Shame. Where's the bad comment?
comments about Joey, but we're going to keep it civil
Hey,
here.
we love Joey, okay? Calm down.
Yes, we love you guys too. Looks like we've got saying people, hey, from all over the world. We've got Australia, UK.
Yes.
So we're getting all the continents in the house tonight.
You know what? We love you guys. You know, we started this thing. We never thought we'd be followed by people in Australia and you know, the UK and all this crazy stuff. This is crazy. This has gone way up and above anything we ever thought. We're just a couple guys with some fish tanks, and we post our endeavors online so you guys can follow along. Thank you for watching.
Sorry, guys. There's a lot of comments coming in, and I'm not really getting every single one, so just bear with us here. How far are you guys willing to go or drive to rescue the fish?
Oh my God.
That
I
depends.
drove all the way to California. Vincent Wu called me and said, would you like some fish? I'm getting out of the hobby and blah, blah, blah. And there's this and that. And then he gave me all kinds of lists. I rented a truck and drove from Cleveland, Ohio, all the way to Los Angeles, California, which was a 36-hour drive there, 36-hour drive back. And I had about 12 hours there. Now, the first time it took me 72 hours, and it was a rough drive. The second time, I planned ahead, and I had 12 hours to set aside at a hotel and sleep, because the first time killed me. Well, our truck broke down on the second time, and it took 10 hours to fix the truck and get us back on the road. So, by the time I got the fish and was coming back and I was home from California, it was a 92-hour straight endeavor. I got out of the truck, forgot about the 2 extension cords I had going from my inverters under the hood, going all the way around back, running my heaters, my power filters, what else? Air pumps. And, you know, I get out of the truck, and it's an F650. It's a big truck. The 2 extension cords hooked to my feet, and I fell straight forward, landed in a push-up position, and then all of a sudden hit my arm, and it felt like two fists full of rubber bands pulled apart, and they snapped at different times. And then my whole right side fell. My son comes running around the truck. Are you all right, Dad? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I didn't feel no pain, really. And he goes to get me up, and I'm like, I can't move. And I could not move this arm. It was just like a dead arm. He gets me up, and we had to go straight to the hospital. 92 hours I was up driving that time. I do not suggest this for anybody.
All right, so one of you guys asked how much for me to chug that beer. I did that for free. I did it for you guys because you
Get
guys
him another
are
one. Get him
absolutely
another one.
awesome.
Tracy!
We have a question about snakeheads. Have we ever had any?
Yes, we had redline snakeheads
In the
back
past.
when they were legal.
But because of the Lacey Act, all snakeheads are now deemed an invasive species. You cannot have them in any of the 50 states. So we do not
That's
own
terrible.
any right now. And we've got Ireland and Slovenia in the house.
Slovenia?
Yeah, Slovenia.
Wow. Hey, we get around.
Someone wants to be pushed in the 58,000 gallon. I'll be your man.
That's him.
Do we have any advice for new fish owners?
Yes, don't buy pacu. They're great fish, but don't buy them. Go to somebody else's house that has pacu. Do not buy them.
Well, let's keep it at this too. You know, you're gonna run into problems along the way setting up your new tanks. You might be disheartened because you lose one of your favorite fish you just bought. The main
happen.
thing is to surround yourself with people who are always trying to help you in the hobby and give you
Build
good
you up.
advice. And you're gonna lose fish that you like, but keep on, growing and teaching yourself how to keep certain fish, and just don't ever let nobody let you down, because there's a lot of people on the internet who will put you down for putting a certain fish in a certain tank that shouldn't go there. Maybe you might not have done your research, or
We have a lot of fish that shouldn't be together, in together because of size requirements. We can't put a 6-inch fish in with the 3-foot monsters, but they should be together because they're the same kind. No, we have to put them in this tank because this tank is all 6 to 8-inch fish. And people get honest for it. They really do. You can't do that fish with this fish. Yeah, we can for temporary. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Unique Media, thank you for the donation. You're awesome. It's muchly
Oh, thank you,
appreciated.
Unique. Tracy!
All right, we've got Adele Parkinson. She also donated. Thank you
did you?
for your
Thank you,
viz.
Adele.
Number one Aussie fan here. Oh.
Yes! I love Australian fans. They're like coming out of the woodwork. I love you guys.
All right, guys, we are coming to an end here. We're going to have to be wrapping up here soon, so I'm going to take 2 more questions. We got a really good one here. We've got, do you all adopt out any of your fish if someone can provide they have a proper home?
Yes.
Simple answer is yes. We do not charge for any of our fish here at the rescue that we have available for adoption. The only thing we do check to make sure you have the proper home that can be provided for the fish for a lifetime.
Here's the problem with that situation. People see our 4,400, our 3,000, our pond, and they're like, oh, I want that datnoid. Here's the thing. If they make it into our big tanks, our 4,400, our pool pond, these are fish that are usually named pets that we do not give away. They're lifers here. So when, everybody sees, oh, I see you got them new fire eels in. I would like one. I'm sorry, we can't give them out.
LRB's in the house.
Hey, what's up, LRB?
All right, we have a comment from Kenzie's Crazy. Said these guys.
Oh, she's a loyal follower.
Some of the greatest people ever. Helped my granddaughter and I save fish when our filter burned out.
Oh, I love her.
They didn't ask for anything, and the filter was brand new. Thank you, OFR.
You're welcome. If it helps out, we're happy.
Your video thanking us was completely adorable, and it melted the hearts of thousands of fans. All right, we're gonna end up with our last question here.
No, let's go back to LRB. He comes here often, and he does live videos from here. He helps out. He's the one that brought all the plants up. I mean, these plants would have cost us probably $800. He brought them up for free. My fish ate them, but he brought them for free. I told him that there's no plants that can go in this pool, the eco pond system. These fish will eat them. And he's like, no, I think I got some plants that'll make it. And he brought up some 4-foot plants. He brought up 8 garbage bags full of plants. I mean, big garbage bags full. And there wasn't one that made it. They all got eaten. So thank you, Lucas.
So I think
it's the effort that we noticed. Thank you.
So I think for our last question of the night before we end tonight's live video is, have you guys ever thought about a huge pond in the backyard? Well, newsflash, we actually do have a pond in the backyard. It's, for the native fish. We got bluegill, crappie, bass, stuff like that. There are some goldfish and koi back there.
Wait, that was the pond that I told Tracy I'm digging her for her koi. And as soon as I got done, it was 8 foot deep, 30 foot wide, 40 foot long. My son went out fishing with his friends and started stocking it with bass and bluegill and crappie. Next thing you know, you can't stick a pole in there without catching a bluegill instantly. So, yeah, you can't put koi in that pond.
But to go back to the question, next summer, we're actually thinking about doing a 20 or 30,000 gallon outdoor koi pond for Tracy herself.
16 foot wide, 36 foot long to the end of the fish room? And 16 by 36 it's on an incline. So this side will be about 6 foot deep. This side will be about 2 foot deep. And then you'll have a bog filter all the way across the whole wall full of plants. And, you'll pump water up. It'll go through all the plants and then waterfall back down into the tub. So we're thinking that's going to be about 30,000 gallons.
Alrighty, but that's not set in stone. I think I want to do something a little bit bigger just for you guys. So let's get enough incentive online going, and we might do something a little bit bigger.
Okay.
But Joe Joseph, I do thank you for your donation.
Thank you, Joe.
And just to let you know, we were thinking about putting Pittsburgh in one of the tanks behind the pool, but I think that's a little bit cruel for Pittsburgh because he's 26 inches long. So I have a new tank coming that's just for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. You didn't tell nobody about this.
That's going to be in the future, but it is for
We're
Pittsburgh.
going to have
exclusively.
Pittsburgh in by himself and other what type of
Puffers.
other puffers like him, the Mabu puffers. If we get any more, they can go into that same tank because we're going to use crushed shells as the flooring. So when we throw in clams, we don't have to clean them up. So he'll be fed on exclusively clams, and it's just a win-win situation.
All right, guys. So that is a wrap for tonight. I thank you guys for signing in, and for everyone who missed the video or signed in late, we are sorry, but we will be back for another live video. We will try and give you a little bit more notice next time. This was on the fly type
Last
of thing.
thing, I had to talk him into it. He didn't want to do it.
So we will try and give you a little bit more notice next time, but. As always, we appreciate you guys for watching tonight's live video. And as always,
stay fishy, my friends.
Thanks, guys.